2013 AC compressor on a Ford Mustang V6. We're going to be removing the AC compressor. I'll show you guys how. So first things you want to do is go ahead, jack it up, put it on jack stands in order to save yourself some back problems. Over time, a car is just so low, it's going to give you back problems. So I always lift it up if I'm working on a car. So now I'm at arm's reach when working on it. First thing I would do is go ahead and take off. So you want to go ahead and take out the Freon out of the compressor, out of the AC lines and stuff like that. You want to go ahead and get a specific tool that's going to adapt to your AC port, and it's going to take it out. Now, I'm not telling you guys to just go ahead and take this screw out and let it pull it out and it just evaporates out into the ozone, because it's going to be very bad, and that's what the emission system does not want you to do. You'll get some fees if someone sees you do that. So I'm telling you guys not to do that. That's the easiest way to take the AC out of the lines, but do not do that, you guys. Do not. Get the proper tool to do that. Okay, now after, you want to go ahead and take off the two bolts for the reservoir. The reason why, because for this top AC line, once you take this bolt off here to loosen it, there's another bolt there and right there that you can get better. Once you take this out of the way, now you actually have access to see it. Once you push down on the AC hose. So I'm using a 10mm bolt extension and a ratchet to get to that bolt down there. And once you take that bolt off, you'll be able to go ahead and move that hose to the side. So now we're gonna get at the bottom hose with the ratchet and a 13mm. The top one is a 13 as well. Now you can just, that's gonna come off. After we put that hose to the side, now we want to go to the connector, the AC connector. So the best way, push this tab in, down, first push in, push the tab down, and pull out. Easiest way. I'm going to take the accessory belt off. There's two belts, one for the AC, one for the accessory. The accessory has to come off first. Now I use a 15mm bolt, and I'm using a longer ratchet because it's way much easier with a longer ratchet for this job here. Put on the pulley, and all you have to do, push down on it. Had to switch ratchets, but now it is. Now after I was able to pull it all the way down, I went ahead with my other hand, pull this off. The reason why I pull this off is because this is the only belt that's actually smooth. The other ones have grooves, in them, so it's gonna catch the belt. So you can still get it done with the other ones. It's just a little bit harder. It's still possible. Take the room. I'm taking flathead, and take these two hoses off. And this here is gonna come out for the sake of room. You're gonna need the ratchet and extension and the 18 to go into the crank pulley. and then a flathead to go onto the AC. So I'm going to be turning the crank with the 18mm, and then I'm going to be having a flathead onto the compressor with the belt. So go over that side. Stop it.
Oh.
So now after, just going to turn the crank over and have the flathead on there. Now we're gonna go ahead and take the 13 and take off the 3 bolts. It's one back here and there's one at the bottom there, and there's supposed to be one here, but most likely the mechanic before me, whatever he did. So now all we have to do is take the compressor out after we take those 3 screws. Mine too, but yours 3. So what I basically did was pull it away from the motor, take the back out, and lift it up. And it came right out. And that's a boy. Now,
and I think before, if you scroll up in the messages, I sent you the actual one that I got.
Okay.
The link to it.
So the owner of the car, he actually purchased the compressor. He was letting me know he actually paid $110, $120 for a refurbished compressor, and that's way better. I'm telling you, look for prices wherever. That's a really good price. I'm gonna have the link below where he actually purchased the compressor. Let's put it in now. So we're gonna put it in exactly how we took it out. Bottom first, head down, ass, stuff up. Alright, that's it. So now I'm just gonna go ahead and take the screws. I'm gonna put the bottom one in first and then the back one, and that's it. That's it. Putting the belt on, what you want to do is first put it around and behind the crank pulley first. See how it goes on top and then behind the actual pulley, and now you have a lot of slack since it's not on the pulley but behind it. So you can go ahead and put it around the AC compressor, and after that you want to go ahead and get a tie strap and secure it through here. Let me put a tie strap on it and I'll come back. Now go ahead and put a tie strap. You only need one. I put the small one first and I was like, nah, I need a bigger one. So put the tie strap through there around the belt, and now you would just go ahead and turn the crank and it'll go on. Now once again we did an 18 extension in the ratchet, and now let's turn it. is on. Let me see. And now that is on. Still can't believe the dealer said this is how you do it. I think that's ridiculous. But it works. So first thing I did was wrap the belt around the water pump and the alternator, and then I wrapped it around the crank. And now I give it enough room so I could put the ratchet in there. No, it's good. I'm gonna take the extension off. I don't think this is the right side. No, it's not. We'll just take it from where we were. So I'm gonna use the, what is this, a 15? Yes, a 15 and no extension. And then I'm just gonna go ahead put it on, and we're good to go. Stop. Now we're gonna go ahead and put that bottom hose in. Where is the bottom hose? It disappeared. No, I'm joking. It's right here. Put on the stud first, then move it around. Now we would go ahead and put the top hose in, and first put that bolt that went on the side here for the bracket. And then after that, we would go ahead and put the bolt at the bottom of the actual hose. Then that 13 and the extension with the ratchet. Then the 2mm screws for the reservoir. Now we push the AC compressor clamp back on. Turn the car on, and we put the Freon. Now we're gonna go ahead and put the Freon in. We're gonna go ahead and find the port for this particular car. The port is right there. Should turn it around, right? And now, if you took the AC Freon completely out, it's going to be on 0. So all you have to do is go ahead and keep holding the tab until you get into the green. Now once you get into the green, if you have a good compressor, it's going to go ahead and be good.